The petroleum industry has witnessed some level of significant progress to boost Nigeria's GDP, but of course, not without challenges. Let's share the experience, views, thoughts, and perception of the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources.
As we came in, we were given 9 mandate areas, and we structured our strategy around these mandate areas. And as we speak, we have been able to tick all the boxes. We've been able to achieve all our mandates. Some of them have been conclusively achieved. Some of them are still ongoing, but we've been able to touch every mandate that has been given to us. For example, we passed the PIB to law. That was one of the mandate areas that was given to us. The passage of the Inland Basin Bill was also a mandate area. That was also passed very early in my tenure as minister. Then, of course, we also did the marginal fields program. The commercialization of flare gas also concluded. And, of course, one of the other mandate areas was also the rehabilitation of refineries. We've been able to start the rehabilitation of our refineries. That is still ongoing. Port Harcourt refinery is being rehabilitated. The rehabilitation process is ongoing. Kaduna is ongoing. Warri is ongoing. So once we are able to get all these refineries functioning, we will not be required to take our crude for refining outside. In addition to these refineries, as you asked me, Dangote refinery is also coming on stream next year. So it's going to also be refining a lot of crude in country. And of course, all the other private efforts in developing refining capacity and also the modular refineries, all will now come into the loop to ensure that we're able to refine a lot of our crude in country, not only for the need of Nigeria, but even for export. The other mandate area was how to curb smuggling of petroleum products. We've also been able to put measures that are stopping this activity, not conclusively. We have been able to tick all the boxes so far. And for now, what we are trying to do is to create new areas for us, like new frontiers for us to conquer. For example, the introduction of auto gas for our cars was not part of the mandate areas, but that is really now our focus. And also deepening the penetration of gas so that more households will be using gas as cooking fuel is also something that we decided to achieve, and we are also focused there. It was not also part of our mandate area. So we've been able to touch everything that was given to us as mandate, and we have also in addition created additional mandates. What we are saying under the PIA regime is that petroleum product will be sold according to what the market dictates. And therefore, we are not in position to determine the price anymore. What we want to do is to deregulate. Once we deregulate, that means to take out subsidy. It will be the market forces that will determine the prices. And that will be a function of demand and supply. We expect that with a lot of supply, then of course the price might come down. But it will be a function of demand and supply, and that is the way we want to go, because that is what the law stipulates. We cannot now say we are going to try to bring down price of petroleum product. But what we want to do, in addition to deregulation, is to introduce another kind of fuel, the gas for cars, which is the cheaper fuel. So we expect that people will now have a choice, either to drive their cars with petrol or to drive the cars with gas. One of the challenges that I faced is the issue of insecurity, especially of our crude oil. It's a sad thing. The country makes a lot of investment and produces crude, and that crude does not all get to the tank. It's a major challenge that we are still tackling. What we now realized, as government, as NNPC, we have pipelines, and we are not able to secure these pipelines because we have so many other things to do, and we don't have the manpower to secure the kilometers of pipeline. So what we are doing is to try to privatize the pipelines. So we are now getting people to take over this pipeline. And that is what the midstream and downstream authority is supposed to enable. So now we want to give out these pipelines to private people to manage. So now those people will see the pipeline as their core business. Because for us, the pipeline is not our core business. So, you know, you will not have the manpower to be able to monitor the whole pipeline. So what we are now doing is to give out all the pipelines to private people who will see this as their core business and run those pipelines as a business and secure them. And we have also tried to work with the oil companies to try to stop this illegal refining. One of the ways we wanted to discourage it is actually to try to encourage investments in modular refineries. We commissioned one, and a few are now lined up to be commissioned, and to liaise with security to ensure that we are able to tackle that menace. And we're already doing that. And I'm hoping that at the end of my time as minister, we would have been able to surmount it, because it is sad. It is not something I would like to hand over to another administration. A lot of the things we are doing are contained within the PIA. For example, you talk about deregulation. It is now a law. So nobody, when we are able to deregulate, nobody can come and turn the hands of the clock back. Now the NNPC by law is now a karma company. It is no longer a government parastatal. Nobody can reverse that. The DPR has now been wound down, and the successor agencies are now the Upstream Regulatory Commission and the Midstream and Downstream Regulatory Authority. Nobody can reverse that because it is law. So what we have done to ensure continuity and sustainability is to codify our innovations in the form of a law, so that nobody can come tomorrow and reverse the progress that has been made. But of course, you know, as law, by itself, it cannot enable it. It is the implementation of the law. And that's why we are really focused now on implementing that law and ensuring that that law is entrenched. And I believe that with that, nobody can come tomorrow and reverse it.